Hello everybody, this is Mrs. Duffy, and today we're going to be encoding with Unit 5 Week 1 words. Encoding means we're writing it, and we are going to use the R control vowel of AR. So you already know the sound for A, but when there's an R behind it, now this is the vowel, and I'm going to show you how to write words with that. It's going to say R like star. Let's get started. The first thing that we do is always read the words so that we know how to read them very fluently. If you practice reading them, you'll be able to write them better. So read them with me. Cart, barn, arm, art, yarn, harm, for, and none. You can see that these two do not have the R control pattern in them, and I'll talk about that when we get here. So the first word that we want to write or encode is cart. So I have this little dot and jot. If you don't have one, just use a plain piece of paper and map out the word with me with dots. So you have to sound it out first, right? Cart, k, art, and the k is a C, and the R is the AR, because that's an R control, and that means this is the vowel now. T is the last sound. You already know that part. So really, all you have to study for your spelling test is this part right here, because AR says R, and that might be the new part for you. Here's the next word, barn. B-arn. So B, if this is the tricky part for you, then study this part. B's start here. Make sure you're writing them correctly, and they go forward, because in English we write this way. So all our letters come down from the top and move forward. Barn is B-R-A-R. There's my vowel. N. I already know that part, so I don't have to study this part or this part. I just have to memorize AR is my R. That's my vowel. Notice how most syllables have 3 phonemes, 3 sounds in them. This one has 2. It's arm, arm. Hear how you can hear the 2 sounds? Well, that's, so AR is gonna sit on the same bus seat, I say. It sits right together, because that's the sound for R. And then you already know. Look at this easy pattern. All you have to do is memorize that AR says R, like star. The next one is yarn. Yarn, you might make a blanket out of yarn. You can crochet it and use a skein of yarn. That's how you would use that word in a sentence. Yarn is yarn. Y is the Y sound. R. There's your R control. It's one vowel followed by an R, and you might memorize that right there. So I'm going to put a heart on top of it. Yarn. Hear how important it is to sound out my words. Yarn, Y-A-R-N, yarn. I'm going to erase this part right now. We're going to go to the next word is harm. If something is harmful, it's dangerous. So you don't want to touch anything that's harmful. Like adult medication could be harmful, so you don't want to touch it. That's how you would use that in a sentence. Harm is arm. That's only 3 sounds, right? And you know the graphemes, the letters that go with them. You know the H. R. What's the R? It's AR. That's the vowel. You know that too. Harm. Okay, the next one is for, and I'm not going to tap it out. I'm just going to write F-O-U-R, for. F-O-U-R, for. I do know this sound, but I don't want you to sound it out. This R also has a sound right here, but it's better if you just memorize F-O-U-R, for. That means this number 4. We have 4 plants on the windowsill, or you could say there are 4 cars on the street. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And the next word is none. We are out of cookies. There are none in the house. We have to buy some more cookies. We are out of them. There are none. And again, I don't want you to sound this out. You can hear, but I'm going to encourage you to write N-O-N-E, none. N-O-N-E, none, because this truly is a sight word. You can't memorize it if you try, or you can't sound it out. If you try to do that, you'll spell it incorrectly. N-O-N-E, none. There are none left for us. We have to go buy some more. And those are your spelling words for Unit 5, Week 1. We're encoding, where AR says R like star.